League. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup featuring two teams who both came away with wins a week ago and know it should be a good battle today. It's the Packers going up against the Buccaneers. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. With the distinctive pirate ship in the north end zone, we can only be in one place, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's brought down after a good gain. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up fourth. So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come out here in the eye. The first carry now for Doug Martin. Oh, look at the juke. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. A give to the fullback on the dive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it.
Ready? Mike 5-4. Easy. Flip on that. Flip away. Switch. Easy. Watch out.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Well, from the safety of our booth, I think it's okay after that run that I called still the name that maybe he's not too crazy about, the muscle hamster.
Yeah, his teammates at Boise State called him that. He doesn't like that, though.
He hates that name.
He told us he prefers, and he told the world he prefers Juggernaut.
It's always tough when you come up with your own nickname.
It doesn't stick.
I hope it works for him, but I have my doubt.
We're going muscle hamster here in the booth. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Time running out here on the play clock. Jameis to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Clay Matthews is an absolute force. Multiple Pro Bowls as an outside linebacker. He can swing inside and create the same havoc.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On third down, Winston. He's going to go up top again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And fourth down coming up. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 18. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over. Right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And a first carry of the game here for Trey Mason. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. So nothing there. I don't know if that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he finds Cook. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it second and short. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Robert Ayers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
Now Jameis on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They come out here in the eye. On the give, this is their fullback. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to... And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he's brought down after a good game. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physical. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing is Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 3 yards remaining here on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. 19 yards there on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw them off and get the first down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Shift together here from the D-line. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one. Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
He's got his man on the crossing route. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And the defense definitely showing blitz here.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, get a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer
this time. Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, Martin. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They run again on 1st down. Martin. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a second down throw for Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out-leveraging the offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to run now. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Oh, man. 4th down and 1, and you're on your own side of midfield. That takes a little bit of courage to pull off. But they went ahead and snapped it, and it'll work out for them as they get the 1st down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Ready, blue ready. Flip, 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 kill, 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 kill. Easy, easy. Out, 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 out. Here we go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime. Just a few. What's that? Now? Oh, what the heck? Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the 3rd quarter. Let's go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Let's go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ready, blue ready.
Again, it's Martin. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the 2nd half.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the 2nd half.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. He gets it to Humphries. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Shift together here from the D-line. Winston with a give to Martin. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
There are so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
Second down, Winston. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
I know I'm not in the rooting business, but I really like this kid, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Good catch there. I'm just hoping he can stay on the field and have some good health.
Now the Bucs hoping so, too. Limited to 16 games total his first 2 seasons combined.
He is quite a target for a young quarterback. Jameis Winston can grow with this guy, and, boy, they can be a dynamic duo.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. Shreds the tackle. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Bucs a first down.
Doesn't matter who the runner's going to be each week. Defenses get ready to gang tackle. They want multiple people to the ball. They want to make sure they take the proper angles to the runner, make sure there's no place for him to spin out and go what they call through the back door and get away from people. And they want plenty of guys there to hit him, try to knock the ball free, the whole deal. But on that play, the best laid plans did not work.
They run it again with Martin. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. 10-yard penalty there on first down, so now 1st and 20. And they'll run it here. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Winston now from the 50. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
On first down, Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Rodgers trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that?
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. And the D looking like they may blitz. They come up in an offset eye. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll need to get the play off quickly. To throw is Winston. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be a Green Bay first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And they're going to speed things up here.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken.
And a crusher there as it's in. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
One man on the backfield, that's Martin. He'll get it running right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. He's going to... That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 42 yards. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this looks to probably be the final play. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And that will write a finish to this ball game.